Hello everyone. I would like to congratulate the organizers of International E-Conference, Sustainable Development, a Biological and Socio-Economical Perspective. I am highly enlightened to present my paper in this e-conference, which is a need in today's time. Myself, Dr. Yashasvi Gadhikar, Associate Professor from Institute of Science, Nagpur, Department of Zoology, presenting the paper on assessment of antibacterial activity of Vernonia amygdalina along with zinc oxide nanoparticles. Now, these medicinal plants have a long tradition of use in folk and conventional medicine. In recent years, numerous studies confirm various bioactivities of natural products. Among them is antibacterial activity. Now, nowadays, medicinal plants have got a lot of importance, and instead of the antibiotics, people prefer the extracts of this medicinal plants, maybe leaves, stems, whole plant, or roots, and use them for so many different bioactivities. One of the important plants for my study I have selected is Vernonia amygdalina. It is a common shrub well distributed in Asia and Africa and very commonly found along the drainage lines and in natural forests or commercial plantations. It is very popularly known as African bitter leaf in Africa. If you see the classification, this plant comes from family Asteraceae, genus Vernonia and species Amygdalina. Now, when we see the phytochemistry and the properties of Vernonia, you could see that n number of properties are observed of this plant, and very important among them, few I have listed here. It is showing anti-malarial activity. It is very useful against diabetes. It is showing anti-helminthic property. It's used as a laxative, used for wound healing, and also showing antibacterial activity. Now, as this property, antibacterial activity, is very well known, I have selected this plant so that this antibacterial activity can be enhanced by using nanoparticles. Why we are using this nanoparticles? Why nanotechnology needs to be used along with this antibacterial property of this plant? So actually, nanoparticles are defined as encyclopedia of pharmaceutical technology. If you see the size of this nanoparticles, it is extremely small, and therefore, due to its size, it is playing an important role in modern research. It can be applied almost in all fields such as pharmaceuticals, biomedical science, drug delivery, etc. The most important and distinct property of a nanoparticle is that they show evidence of larger surface area to the volume ratio. The particles are nanoscale and are able to easily interact with the bacterial membranes or the biological membranes wherever you are going to use it. It was also observed that many of the recognized antimicrobials have shown resistance by one species of microorganisms or another against the antibiotics or drugs that we are using, and hence we have to move to this new technology, which is the nanotechnology or use of nanoparticles. Bacteria have been observed to show resistance among so many drugs. And that is the reason we are going for plant extracts, and along with that plant extracts, we are also coupling it with the nanoparticles to enhance its activity. Now, the present work is an attempt to study the enhancement of antibacterial activity of Vernonia amygdalina along with zinc nanoparticles. It is known that zinc oxide exhibits antibacterial activity like many other metal oxides groups, and like others, only few have been scaled down to the nano size and researched further One of them is the zinc oxide nanoparticle. The most important advantage of using inorganic oxides such as zinc oxide as antimicrobial agent is that they contain mineral elements essential to humans and exhibit strong activity even when administered in small amount. Now, the methodology that I have used for this work, the first thing is collection of plant samples. The Vernonia plant was, the whole plant was collected from the college area where I have done this work, and it was dried, air dried, sun dried, and then an crude extract was prepared, aqueous extract was prepared. Now, the second important thing is the growth media that was used for growing up of the bacteria that were going to be evaluated for checking this antibacterial property of the plant. I have used here nutrient agar and also lactose broth, that is the second media that I had used. Preparation of test inoculum. The E. coli and S. aureus, these are the two bacteria that I have used for in the present study. These two test inoculums were prepared. Next important thing is synthesis of zinc nanoparticles, that the particles that I have used here are zinc oxide, and these zinc oxide nanoparticles, zinc nanoparticles I had synthesized. Then by disk diffusion assay, I have gone for the antibacterial activity, and finally the statistical analysis. Now these are the two strains, E. coli and S. aureus. One is gram positive, one is gram negative, then the growth media, and I have procured it from the microbiology department of Nagpur University. These are the certain instruments that I have used in the study, that is the autoclave, shakers and the laminar airflow, so that all the antimicrobial activity experiments were carried out aseptically and in fully sterilized condition by using laminar airflow. Synthesis of zinc nanoparticle was another important part of my study. So by doing ultrasonication, we synthesized the zinc nanoparticles. By using methanol and zinc acetate, it was sterilized and kept in a furnace for extraction at 450 degrees centigrade for 6 hours, and after that the powder was obtained. Now coming to the result and discussion part. Now the standards they would use were chloramphenicol. I have made different petri dishes. First of all, we tested it on the standards. This is the zone of inhibition and percent zone of inhibition that we have calculated with only Vernonia amygdalina extract, E. coli and S. aureus, and then the extract was combined with zinc nanoparticle. You could see from the figures that by using the zinc nanoparticle, the percentage of zone of inhibition was highly reduced. Okay, it was highly reduced. It has enhanced the antibacterial property of that plant and was useful in killing the bacteria. So this is the table showing percentage of zone of inhibition, and from this results I came to the conclusion that there is a great enhancement of the nanoparticles. So the conclusions of my study are: plant extract with nanoparticles are evaluated against two bacterial strains, namely E. coli and S. aureus. Vernonia amygdalina with zinc nanoparticles showed a zone of inhibition against both the bacterial strain, and hence Vernonia amygdalina can be used as a good antibacterial agent to treat diseases which are related to Staphylococcus aureus and E. coli. Further research can be carried out with more bacteria that are of useful for or which are causing different kinds of diseases. These are the references. Thank you. Stay safe, stay home. Thanks.